So my mom had told me that she was gonna come see me, but she didn't. And so at this point, there's two people. It was like a psychiatrist and a I don't know who the hell was with him, like a woman. He comes. I'm trying to remember exactly what he said to me. He was just like, what did he say? Oh, the lights dimming. Okay. Anyways, he was like, I think he said like, "Why are you here?" or something like that. And I told him what happened, and he's like, "Oh, I wanna keep you here for 72 hours." And I was like, "For what?" Like at this point, I'm not gonna lie, I was getting like really really hyped. I'm like, "Okay, what are you trying to keep me here for?" Like, oh, and then like he just starts walking away, and I'm like, "I'm talking to you. Like, where do you think you're going?" And he's like, "Oh." He's like, no, we're gonna keep her here for 72 hours. Just like giving me hella attitude and man, ooh, that. Anyways, so now I'm like really frustrated. But I'm still keeping a positive spirit. I'm like, whatever. And so they kept telling me that they were gonna send me to a psych ward. I was like, no, the fuck you're not. And they were like, well, you'll get there faster if you give us your blood. And I'm terrified of needles, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna give you my blood because in my mind I'm thinking like, okay, if I don't give them my blood, I don't end up going to a psych ward. Well, that didn't really work in my favor. But the one thing that I asked them was that they didn't take me to the one that I went to before. If they're gonna take me to one, I was like, just don't take me to the same one. Like, I don't want to be taken there. And so, they were like, okay, whatever. So I wake up in the morning and I'm on a gurney again, and the people that the two EMT people, they were pretty cool, guy and girl. Like we had a cool conversation. They let me use their phone, and I was talking to Brandy like always. Shout out to my best friend. Talking to her on the way there, letting her know what psych ward I was going to be taken to and stuff. And so I get there, and I can tell you this though, like I will say this, like this psych ward was way better than the one that I had gone to before. Like they were just hella chill, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just more of a loving and peaceful environment. It wasn't like the strict, like no tolerance, no bullshit type of environment. So it was better mentally for me to be like there than it was for me to be in the other one. Like the other one I had way too many mental breakdowns and it was just super stressful, and I would cry a lot and just have like a bunch of like waves of emotions. Anyways, I loved all the staff. I think I only got into it with like one person. But I loved all the staff, so it was cool. And like actually like when I left, well right before I left, like when I was getting ready to leave, like I made a little yearbook and all the staff like wrote like little sweet messages about me. That made me feel good about myself. But anyways, so this psych ward was cool. Um so in the beginning I was supposed to be in there for 72 hours. And like I really hadn't done anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, and one of the women or doctors who like evaluates you, she was telling me that like what did she say? She was like, you gotta sorry, I'm trying to like get the word out. Um oh, she was like basically going over why I was there. And so she's like, well, on your file from the old psych ward, it says that you were evading the police. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, it says that you were being followed by police officers and you didn't stop. I'm like, yeah, that never happened. I don't know how that even got like in the report because that's a lie. Like, first off, if that had happened, you guys know I probably would have been on what am I talking about? Facebook Live, like, oh my god, I'm running from the cops, GTA 5 style, but nah, it was nothing like that. So anyways, and she was like, oh, well, they have here that you're bipolar, this and that. Like, what drugs work for you? What drugs don't? And at the time, I remembered, like, like the side effects I told her. And I mean, she was a cool person. I just didn't agree with her wanting to keep me there for, the period of time that she wanted to keep me there. And then there was this tall guy who came and, like, he evaluated me. And he was like, oh, you'll be out in no time. Like, you're fine. Like, you don't, like, in the psych ward, there's, like, two, like, I'm trying to think of the word. Like, one of the word is, like, acute. And I think, I don't want to feel stupid right now because it's like almost 2 in the morning, but I think acute is, hold on, I just gotta look it up because I really, really don't want to feel stupid. Hold on a second, guys. Let me make sure I'm saying the right thing for my story. I swear I just heard something. Shouldn't be hearing anything because I'm in the garage. Make sure I'm looking for the right word. Wait, hold on. Okay. Yeah, so it's acute or like severely, like severe, I guess you could say like so you'd be called an acute patient or a patient who has like severe mental illness pretty much. Um Severe mental illnesses. So because I am a coherent, intelligent individual with not that many problems, well at least mentally, um they wanted to send me to the other side where the more higher functioning, I guess you would say, patients were, but I was cool where I was. I wasn't really tripping. So yeah, I was fine where fine where I was, and thankfully they didn't force me to move. They're like, okay, she doesn't want to go, she can stay here because I'd already made friends. So I was like, no, I like everybody here. Everybody likes me. Like I just want to stay here. And so I end up, what's it called? Meeting this really cool white boy named Jacob. And I mean, when I was younger, I kind of had like a few white boy crushes. Not that it matters. I have nothing against white guys. I'm just saying my preference is usually black or black and white. But he was super sweet. And so like we kind of liked each other. I thought I was going to turn into like a psych ward love story. That didn't happen, obviously. But when I was in there, he was like very protective over me and, like just super cool. Like just somebody I could talk to and stuff. And he ended up leaving before I left. And so we would talk on the phone and, just have cool little phone conversations. Me and him could talk for hella long. But there was an older lady in there. I think her name was, I want to say Elizabeth. And there was one particular instance where we were all sitting down, like watching TV. We were either watching TV or we were playing a game. And she came up out of nowhere. Like she was racist. Like everybody knew she was racist, so nobody took it seriously. But, and because she was an older lady, so, like it is what it is. But she punched me in my arm. That shit was hella funny. And so Jacob gets up and he's like, you need to go. Like, you just punched her. You need to leave. And so he goes and he finds the workers and he's like, she just punched her. So you guys need to make her go to her room. And so they did. Like, she went to her room and I was like, oh, that was sweet of him. But yeah, she was always giving us problems, man. She would just cuss at us, or she just loved to say, like, I've been here more than you. Like, it's a good thing to, like to be in a psych ward multiple times. I don't know. That was on her. Anywho, so like I said, met my friends, made some friends. I got what's it called? I had, visitors there too, obviously. Shout out to, Brandy, Rosa, my mom, and other people that came to visit me. My grandmother. But what was I gonna say? So they finally decided to let me go. So I was in that psych ward for I want to say 10 days, I think. So when I got out of there, my mom felt like, okay, like, like I think this psych ward was better for you, like I feel like you're better, like everything's cool. But the one thing was that she wanted me to continue to take the meds, and I just wasn't really feeling the meds that much. And so like after I got out, I reconnected with somebody who this particular person wasn't, like I said, I'm not really gonna say names like that, like unless it's like a really good friend. This particular person wasn't the best for me at the time. And I'm not really for people going in and out of my life, like especially like you just get out of a psych ward, like you're still like going through emotions and stuff. And at that time I'd still been taking the medication. And so he, I don't know, like he was part of one of the reasons, part of the reason why like I even ended up in the psych ward, and part of the reason why I was even like had started to go crazy like during that period of time, because of our interactions with each other, and they were toxic and stuff. But despite the way things had ended, he always wanted to pop back up in my life. And me being a forgiving and loving person and understanding our history and stuff, I was cool with it. Probably shouldn't have been cool with it. But that particular day, my dog, I hadn't been paying attention. I had just been chilling, talking to this guy. And I think we were arguing, like I said, toxic. And my dog had gotten into my pills, like my, what do you want to call it? My psych medication, what do you want to call it? And I really hadn't realized it. I just, like, I saw him, like, like getting something off the floor, but I wasn't really paying attention to what he was doing because I was arguing with this person. So I let the dog go outside. I'm not, like, really thinking anything of it, and then I kind of, like, look, and I'm like, yo, like, something's up, because it was like he kept trying to get up and walk, but he couldn't, like, but he would just fall down, like, his legs, basically, it was like he was paralyzed. And so I go out, and I'm like, oh my God. I was like, come here. Like, And so I go into the house. I'm like, he damn near ate the whole bottle. So I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking horrible. Like, oh my God. So I call my mom. I'm like freaking out. I'm crying. I'm like, okay, I'm about to take him to the vet, because like I would never forgive myself if he just dies like right here. So I have dude pick him up and put him in the car because I was too scared to carry him. So just because like I was freaking out. I'm a girl. So I grabbed the pill bottle because I know they're obviously gonna want to know what pills he took. And so we rush him to the hospital. I take him out. I remember just crying. I'm like, my dog just took a bunch of pills, like, and I pass them to them, and they're like, okay. And so I give them the pill bottle. We had to call poison control. One thing I like about poison control, this is like super random, but they charge you for information on how to basically, like, oh my God, why can't I think right now? 304. They charge you for information on basically how to like reverse the drug, pretty much, to put it like that. Wasn't that big of a deal, but I'm just saying. So call them, give them the money. They talk to the vet or whatever. They tell the vet what to do to make the dog better or whatever. They tell us, it's a 50-50 chance. I will say that even though that guy had been toxic, during certain periods of my life, when he was there with me at the vet hospital, he was comforting me. Obviously I was crying, and so it was okay, like whatever, during that time. Anyways, so they told us he's a 50% chance, and all this stuff. Thankfully, fast forward, my dog was fine. They said he could have side effects in the future, but like as of right then and there, they were able to save his life, so that was a blessing. So I think right now I'm in the month of June of last year. So end up what's it called? Getting back to the house. We picked the dog up the next day. Like, like emotionally, mentally speaking, like I was doing okay. But after he had that scare, I'm not gonna lie, like seeing that side effect of him taking all those drugs just really made me not want to take the drugs more. Just knowing, you know what I mean? Because he basically, I think he had like 3 seizures or something. And obviously animals and people are different, but if a person took that many, they probably would have seizures too, or overdose or die, whatever, go into a coma, who knows. So June, I'm gonna say, I kept seeing that person or whatever. They would come over, we would kick it, hang out. But again, like I said, wasn't the healthiest thing. Probably one of the reasons I stayed. Well, it definitely was. Like, it actually made me, hanging out with him actually made me more depressed. Like, and that's one of the things that I feel like as people we have to realize, is that it's extremely possible for the wrong people to drain your energy. Like, and that shit is, yeah, it's horrible, but you really have to be careful who you give your energy to, and who you surround yourself with, because if you surround yourself with toxic people, they are going to drain you financially. It could be financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, like whatever, like. And yeah, so like I said, pretty much our relationship had been like on and off, or I don't say relationship, excuse me, our friendship had been on and off or whatever. And I kind of just felt like my emotions were being toyed with. Like, I knew that he genuinely cared about me, but it was just becoming too much. And like my breaking point, when I was just like, I'm done, I would like buy him weed. I mean, well, sometimes he would give me the money for it. Like, everybody knows me, I don't smoke weed. Like, I used to hit the blunt like with the ex, and but like I wasn't really like, I never really got high off weed because I don't smoke it, right? Not really important. But anyways, he didn't have his license, his driver's license. It expired, so he can't use it when you go to a cannabis club. So he would give me the money, and I would go in and get the weed for him. And one day, this particular cannabis club by my house had like this really good deal, so I got like a heck of weed for heck of cheap, pretty much. And so, why am I hearing noises? Anyways, and so he ended up, we came with this like thing, like, oh, we were gonna go to Sunsplash. Like, I've been wanting to go to Sunsplash for years. I'm definitely gonna do that shit this summer. But I'd been talking about Sunsplash like all year last year. And so he's like, oh yeah, we'll go, I'll pay for it, or whatever, give you gas money, like, we'll have a good time. So I'm like, cool. I'm looking forward to like having some fun this summer. Like, great, we're gonna go to Sunsplash. He ends up flaking on me. Yo, you guys, this is the pettiest reason this boy flaked on me. He flaked on me because even though I bought him weed that day, I didn't give him $2 for a backwood. Like, are you serious? You tripping off? And this is my thing. If you can't support your drug habit, then you shouldn't have a drug habit. The fuck? Like, how are you gonna get mad at me because I didn't give you $2? Like, fuck out of here. Anyways, so that was pretty much when I was like, yeah, like, I'm done with this person. And so a few days later, I think hit me up and we argued about it. And then we didn't talk for a few months. And that kind of like put me back into depression. So I had stopped. I told my mom, like, these pills, this was like kind of a lie, but I told her that the pills were giving me suicidal thoughts. They weren't giving me suicidal thoughts, but they did have really bad side effects. Like, I felt like a robot. Like, that's the one thing about antidepressants and whatever else I was on. You feel like a robot, and it's supposed to, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my god, why can't I not think? It makes you feel like a robot. You're tired all the time. You don't have any energy. And the one thing that one of the pills did, don't remember the name of it, but I've always had perfect vision, 20/20 vision. When I would take this pill, like, and I would look at the TV, like, my eyes would be hella blurry and I couldn't do anything about it. I meant my eyes. The TV, like, the words on the TV, I couldn't read them clearly. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I've had vision my whole life. This don't make no sense. But yeah, so anyway, I stopped taking those pills. I felt 100%, well, kind of, not really, but felt a little bit better. My mom was kind of like, you stopped taking the pills, but you're not doing anything else. And, I got where I got where she was coming from. Anyway, so fast forward, now we're in September. So it's September, and this particular person hits me up and wanted to hang out or whatever. So I'm like, okay. But I really didn't want to see him, so I told him that if he wanted to see me, he had to bring me food. So he brought me some Jim Boy's chocolates like I asked. But just because I had just been fed up, I was just tired of the arguing. I was tired of his pettiness and his childish and how immature he was. I really didn't talk much to him. So it was kind of awkward. So he only stayed for like an hour. And then like we just never talked after that, which is honestly for the best, because like some things, like, I guess, can't be fixed once they've been broken. And some people are just too childish and immature to fix their ways about themselves. Put it like that. Anyway, so I'm really hearing things. Okay, so fast forward to September, and well, no, sorry. So he saw me 2 weeks for my birthday, and then it's my birthday. I wasn't really feeling it, but I went out and I got some alcohol, and my cousins surprised me, and they came over, and that was cool. Like, my mom was really happy, even though she had to work the next day. No, my birthday's on a Friday, so no, she didn't have work the next day. She was just happy because she's like, you're smiling, you're laughing again. Like, I feel like you're getting out of your depression. Like, I kind of want them to come over more. Haven't seen them since then. I'm not saying that's their fault if they're watching this video. I'm not blaming it on you. I'm just saying I haven't seen them since then, but it was definitely cool. I think I popped back up like on social media after, like, oh, like I always post on Snapchat. So if you want to follow me, I always post on Snapchat. I just wasn't posting on, haven't been posting on Facebook or Instagram. So yeah, September, what's it called? Oh, and during that time, I hadn't talked to my best friend, Brandy. Like, we didn't have like a falling out or anything like that, but like we just hadn't talked since July. Like, I hadn't reached out to her, she hadn't reached out to me. I would talk to people about it, like, oh, like, should I reach out to her? Anywho, so I'm trying to think. Fast forward to, was it October? It might have been. I don't know. I don't feel like looking at my phone right now to see. But fast forward to whatever month that was. It was just like a normal day. I was playing Grand Theft Auto in my room, and I heard a kid voice, and I was like, what the heck? Because I don't really like when you're depressed and stuff, like people that have been severely depressed and like just feeling really down on their luck, you don't like it when people pop up on you. It's kind of irritating, not gonna lie. Like, and I know I've been the queen of pop-ups in the past, but I'm saying, like, when you're depressed, like, you don't want to be bothered by nobody. Like, you just prefer to be alone most of the time. Make a long story short. Oops, sorry, my nose. Okay. Anyways, so I heard a kid voice and I was like, what the hell? And so I was like, and then I realized who it was, and I was just super confused. Anyway, so Brandy comes in to the room, and I was just like, like, I wasn't expecting to see you here. And so I thought that my mom had like brought her, or like, like planned this or whatever. And she was like, no, she had talked to my other best friend Rose over the weekend, I guess, and they had talked about me and she felt in her heart to come and see me. Glad she did. So we talked, and, like, made up pretty much, and everything was cool after that. But like I said, still been going through it, still pretty depressed. Didn't really feel like I was ever gonna go out again, ever gonna make videos like this again. Like, I just wasn't feeling it. But thank God for the people that never gave up on me. So I'm trying to think. October, I don't really feel like anything happened in November. What month are we in now? Okay, April. December, and then, like I said, still depressed. I had a bunch of, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like I said, this is my truth, me being raw, and I had a lot of suicidal thoughts. Like, I wanted to, well, I don't want to start crying, but I wanted to kill myself in the most painless way possible. Like, I mean, obviously, like, if you're gonna die, nobody wants it to hurt, right? But I just didn't want to be here anymore. I was having a hard time getting over certain losses in my life, and I'm, like I said, I'm a very open and honest person, so people in my life knew how I felt. Well, Brandy knew. I'm trying to think. Obviously, I told my mom. And one thing that irritated me, though, I will say, like, I know not to tell her certain things, but, like, when I told her, like, how I felt, and I just, like, was over life, she had one of her friends text me. Well, I don't think she told her to text me. I don't really know what she told her, but she told her, Mia's going through it just because this particular friend has tried to commit suicide before. So she was just like, like, what helps you, like, get through it, pretty much. And so that friend, every single day to this day, and probably, I don't know, when, maybe 2 or 3 months now, every single day she texts me a Bible verse and, just sends an uplifting message, and I have never responded. I know it probably sounds hella rude, but I read it though. Anyways, so, I mean, I can say, like, that kind of helped. But I feel like the best thing for me was trying to learn how to cope with my feelings and to talk about my feelings. And so I'm gonna say, like, fast forward to March, and I was kind of feeling like myself again. Finally. So damn near June to March. How many months is that? Like 9. So I've kind of been like feeling like myself again. And so I ended up reaching out to somebody reaching out to a guy, because I'm not saying by any names. People put things together, that's on them. But reaching out to a guy from my past who we never really, I don't know, our relationship was toxic or whatever. Our arrangement, our relationship, you want to call it. And yeah, like, I'm trying to think how to explain this but things just weren't, or just aren't. We were just arguing all the time, make a long story short. Like, in the beginning, we really weren't. Like, just like, oh, like, I want you to come see me, and I just wanted to feel free again, pretty much. I wanted, like I said, feel like myself again. And so I reached out. Yeah, I saw this person once on Valentine's Day. Yeah, that's the day that he came over. So I'm on Valentine's Day. That was cool, whatever. It's kind of awkward because we hadn't seen each other in like April, Valentine's Day, in like 8 months. Anywho, but after that, after the Valentine's Day, he'd been ignoring me because that's just what that person does. And then we finally, like, oh yeah, like, I'll come see you, blah blah. But like, just always arguing, and it kind of just got to the point where I was realizing, like, I'm finally in a good headspace, but like, when I fight with this person, like, I don't want to get out of bed, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to talk to anybody, like, I just get very irritated and irritable, and that's just kind of like, I feel like my body's way of showing me that it's probably best that I don't talk to this particular person, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm finally, like, to this, like now, like today, like yesterday, coming to this realization, because just because people can please you in other ways, if they are stressing you out like constantly and just, you know what I mean, like always trying to fight, because me personally, I don't try to fight with this person. And like I always tell them, like, I'm not trying to fight with you, I'm not trying to argue, I just want us to finally, you know, just to be able to agree, you know, on something, and we're not agreeing on it. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, like we're still still fighting damn near every time we talk, and yeah, it's just not healthy. So I just finally got to that point. I'm like, yeah, even though we've been doing this for a few years, I just think it's probably best that I just let this person go. Anywho, so what the heck? So one of the reasons though that I decided to make this video and speak my truth is because I understand that, well, number one, I've been seeing like a lot of videos, not videos, a lot of posts, not posts, oh my god, a lot of stories online about kids committing suicide due to bullying, and that's nothing new. Unfortunately, it happens too often, and that was actually one of the main reasons why I want to be a therapist, is because I wanted to. I guess I probably should say more of a school counselor. Wanted to just be that person that kids could talk to when they're feeling stressed out, because I got bullied in school, but you know, and there was a point. I think I was in third grade. Was it third grade? Oh, was it? Anyways, it was. It was in elementary school. And I remember I would come home crying every day, and I begged my parents to let me leave the school because I was just getting bullied, and it was just too stressful. And thankfully they let me, but all kids don't have that option, so I do understand. And that's part of the reason, like I said, why I wanted to make this, is because I've had suicidal thoughts, and I've definitely thought about killing myself and stuff. So I can relate to these kids that are going through it. And you know, I just got to say that even though it might be raining right now, the rainbow will eventually come out. You just gotta, you know, like Tupac said, you gotta keep your head up, even though the road is hard or tough. You never give up. Baby, don't cry. I really like that song. But yeah, like, and thankfully, because of the people that I have in my life that are always checking up on me and showing me love, Brandy, Rosa, my cousin Sherelle, I talk to DeLeon, my homie DeLeonis, who lives in Texas, down there every single day. Um, I have people in my life that I trust and that I love, and that thankfully that I'm able to what's the word? And I'm able to like just express my feelings, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm having a bad day, if I'm crying, like, you know, like whatever it is, you feel me? I know who I can call, you know what I'm saying? And also my homie Roman, we've known each other for like 20 years. We grew up together, and oh my gosh, we just relate to each other on certain, what's the word, like experiences and stuff. So I'm able to talk with him, and you know, like I said, I have like a really good support system, and I know everybody doesn't have that. So if there's anybody who's watching this video and wants somebody to talk to, feel free to talk to me. I'm always down to talk to whoever. It doesn't matter. Don't care who you are, what you look like, you know, anything. Like if you want somebody to talk to, you can talk to me. But back to what I was trying to say. So the reason why I made this video is because the other day I met with a person I used to date. Except I'm not saying any names. I kind of want to make this quick because I feel like I've been talking for like an hour, and that's super, super long. I can't expect anybody's really gonna want to watch a whole hour of me talking, but you never know. Anyway, so I met with this particular person, and I wasn't expecting to meet with this particular person, but I went out over the weekend, and I got a lot of attention when I went out. I guess I should go out more often. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, he hit me up on Snapchat, and he was like, "Where are you at?" And I would just felt like being super petty because we hadn't seen each other a couple years. So I was just like, "I'm in my skin." He's like, "Oh, good, because I want your annoying ass." I'm like, "What the fuck you want me for? Like, we ain't talked in years." And he told me why. You know, like, "Oh, you know, we had our bumpy history, but we had our good times, and you know, I kind of missed that or whatever." And so I was just like, It was like 2 in the morning, so I was just like, okay. So I told him. Well, he said he was gonna pull up, so I was just like, okay, whatever. So I when he pulled up, you know, got in the car, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt like a bunch of like emotions, you know, coming over. When you're finally getting out of being depressed, and you're like with well, not say with, but you're like in the presence of somebody who used to like make you super happy, and you know, you guys had hella good times, and you know, we used to make funny videos and together, and but I mean, just like we had like a really good friendship. You feel me? Like, but me personally, I was just focused too much on wanting to be in a relationship that I kind of wasn't appreciating the good friendship that we had. Like, you know, he had always try to motivate me and push me to be the best version of myself. But like I said, I was just too focused on wanting to be in love and be in a relationship and post pictures. And, you know, like I said, I was just focused on the wrong things. You know, I grew up, I understand that. More mature now. And so just being in his presence though, I mean, we were only together for like an hour just talking and stuff, but just being in that person's presence kind of just like I said, brought back a bunch of feelings and emotions, obviously. Um, but it just made me realize, you know, like sometimes I feel like you have to separate yourself from people. Like you have to grow apart so that maybe eventually, you know, you can be better together. Not even saying that we're gonna be together ever again or anything like that. I wouldn't mind keeping that person as a friend now, but I'm just saying, like, I think everybody gets what I'm saying. Like I said, you have to grow apart so you can be better together. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like sometimes I definitely feel like I was holding him back from certain things and he was holding me back from certain things at the time in our life. But now we're where we are, it's not like that. So that's okay. But anyways, I know this video is super long. I'm sorry. Whew, what time is it now? 3:24. If you've been watching this whole time, I want to say thank you. I love you. Thank you for supporting me and watching this whole video, even though it's an hour long. Like I said, but this is just my truth, and I just felt it, you know, like on my heart to just speak, you know, tell people where I've been this past damn near year, since I like really haven't been posting like that on my social media. I mean, some people might not care, some people might. But I can say that thankfully, I can't say I'll never get depressed again because I can't predict the future, but I can say thankfully, I finally feel like myself. I'm finally smiling again. You feel me? Like, I'm finally happy. Just the fact that I felt the need or the urge to go out last week, it made me happy because I told Brandy I'm never going to want to go out again. And that was like my first time going out in damn near a year. So I was just like, oh, I'm probably never going to go out again. But I hit her up and was like, hey, get you a best friend like this, yo. I hit her up and I was like, hey, you want to go out tonight? She was like, really? Like, when? And I told her, like, you know, and she said, where? And I told her where. And she was like, yeah, okay. I'll see you tonight. I was like, oh, shit. Okay, cool. So, yeah, it ended up being a really fun night. Like, we all had a great time. Thank God I did not throw up. OMG, because shit, man. But yeah, it was just a overall, like I said, a great night. No regrets. I loved it. Thankful that I have a best friend that loves me and cares about me as much as Brandy does. And thankful that I got a friend, you feel me, that's there for me. You know, we've been friends since 2008. Shout out to you, girl. It's about how many 11 years of friendship, ups and downs, but you're still around. But yeah. Whew. So I'm sorry for all the people that I have distanced myself from, you know, like I know some cousins I haven't talked to or yeah. Like I said, I'm more down to talk now if you're watching this. If you watched the whole video, like, I am sorry, but, you know, like, when you're depressed, you just aren't in the mood to do anything. You know, your usual stuff. You just don't want to do shit. But thankfully, you feel me? I learned how to put... Hold on, let me make sure I say this right. I learned how to put my... Oh, I'm not even gonna say it right because it's too late. Oh my god. I learned how to not put my emotions before my feelings, or is it my feelings? No. I learned how to not put my feelings before my emotions before my feelings. I don't know. I'm kind of, I feel like I'm tired now and delusional. I'm not making any sense. But basically what I'm trying to say is I feel like I finally have more control of my mind. And so I have more control of my emotions. And it's just a good feeling. You feel me? Like I said, I got a bunch of people that I can talk to about anything whenever I want to talk to them about it. And I'm thankful to be able to have guys and girls' perspectives on things. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just love all my people. Like I said, shout out to all of you guys. I've said your names multiple times in these videos. And I do definitely, though, want to give the biggest shout out to my mom because she is my biggest supporter. We obviously don't fight anymore. It's not a problem. But you know, she just loves me unconditionally, and anything that she can do to put a smile on my face, she does it. And she is my rock, and she's had my back since day one. And, you know, sometimes we don't give our parents enough credit. I mean, I can't speak on anybody else's mom, but my mom's amazing. So, Mom, if you're watching this, which you're probably not going to watch it, but I love you and you're amazing. And yeah, I'm getting kind of hot now sitting in this garage. No, this jacket on. And yeah, this video's kind of getting long. But for everybody who's watched it, or just know, like I said, this is my truth. This is where I've been, sad and down and, lonely. But like I said, never give up. Always have faith. Believe in God. Pray to God. And just talk to people. Like, you feel me? Talk to people that love you and care about you, because people that really love you and care about you, you feel me? Like, they're going to always be there for you. Well, maybe not always, but they'll be somebody that you can talk to. And like I said, if anybody needs anybody to talk to, you can feel free to reach out to me. I will respond now. I'm not I'm not ignoring people anymore. I'm not depressed, so I'm not ignoring people anymore. Like, I'm straight. I'm happy. Smiling. Um, but yeah, thank you everybody for watching this. If you watched the whole thing, and hopefully I'll start making funny videos or something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, thank you guys. Love you.